Good evening. Good evening. So the other evening, I was on live, and that the internet connection just was going in and going out. So I ended up taking that particular video down. Just wasn't a good fit, I don't think. And for those of us, it's late, and I know, but I had to come on today, bruh. I had to come on today. You know what? You know what I found, and I struggle with this a lot. This is something personal I'm going to share because I haven't. Here's what I do know. I do know why the Black Ancient Free and Accepted Masons, Modern Free, International. I know why you don't get no respect. I really know why. And I'm going to talk about that this evening. And it's because whatever I learn, whatever I gather, I want to share it with you. And you know, I know why. I know why ancient free and accepted Masons, modern free, international. I know why you don't get the respect that you so demand. I do. And I'm going to break it down to you because it's your fault. It is your fault why you don't get the respect that you deserve. It's your fault. I blame it all on you. And I'm going to tell you why I blame it all on you. I'm going to break it down into two things. Because we all can learn something from somebody. That's just the fact of the matter. We can. And I've often talked about respect. You should respect this person. I do that. I do that because I like to build. I'm not about tearing anyone down. On the flip side of that, in the process of building, and you still can't gather, and you still doing the same bullshit, no, nope. I don't usually use those words. I may have to take a cup out tonight and put every time I use one, just put one down in it. You know, and this thing really it you just don't know how it eats at me. Because what I try to do is to take what I know and just give it away. Give it away. You know why? Because I want every Black Mason, every sister of the Order of the Eastern Star. I want you to be successful in your works. I want you to build your chapter up. I want you to be the best chapter, the best sister that you can be, the best brother that you can be. I do. This is why I don't tie or try to tear any particular organization down. I don't. I don't. There was a time I did go in hard. I did. But now, as I've grown, and as we all should grow, there comes a time for that. But now is not the time for that. This is the time to actually try to educate ourselves on Freemasonry, try to build our organization up to make sure that we are on a particular structure. What is your structure? There are different structures, but what is your structure? Do your structure meet the standard for other jurisdictions to recognize you? That's simple. That's not even complicated. You know, you say you can never want more for someone else who doesn't want it for themselves. That's true, man, but damn. Uh, you don't even know. I'm going to share this with you. There are people amongst us, be it international, modern free, ancient free and accepted. I'm talking to the Black majority Grand Lodges who just don't know. The only reason you're in that seat, be it Grand Master, Junior Warden, Senior Warden, be it Wishful Master, Junior Warden, Senior Warden, be it any seat you think that you earn, the only reason you're in that seat because you sat in that other seat for so long to the brothers who come in, they just say, hey, let's go and put them up in that seat. Knowing very damn well that you're not even qualified to be there. What you did, you just sit there and you block somebody who really wanted to learn, who really had it in their heart, be it a sister or a brother, but you sat there and you didn't give them a shot. in the craft, in the sisterhood, didn't realize, or they did, and allowed you to do that. And it hurt that chapter. It hurt that jurisdiction. And you continue to do the same thing. And you want to know why people don't respect you. You don't even, a lot of you who have sit in these seats, who have been in leadership positions, you don't read. You don't. Because I'll come to some of your meetings and I'm like scratching my head and I'm like, God damn, really? We're going to open in short form. I said this at an earlier video I did. Or we open in short form at the sound of the gavel. You know why? Because you're afraid. I've been to your grand session and saw you say, oh, at the sound of the gavel. Because you are afraid. You are afraid of being exposed. You are afraid that the craft is going to see that you don't know. You may have been grandmaster when they came in. So you shucking and jiving them. But it shows when you cannot open up your Grand Lodge, when you can't open up your lodge. It shows. As a most people's sovereign Grand Commander, it shows when you can't open up the Scottish Rite. It shows. And I've been places and I've seen you. I just won't call your name out. I just won't do it because you my guy, right? And I'm not out here to embarrass my friends or someone who I may consider a friend, or even an associate. But what I'm saying, either one of those, and you a Mason, and you in leadership, and you in a seat, come on. This is why they don't respect you. You don't understand the Constitution. You don't understand your own bylaws. You bypass it all because you're trying to get over on somebody else. And you do it despite the fact that you're hurting your very own organization. That's why you do it. You mad at John because John can read a little bit better than you can. John understands a little bit better than you can. John has a decent education. Or Shirley wants to come through the ranks. She wants to work hard. She wants to see her chapter thrive, but you keep putting your thumb on her neck. So one day she don't come to the meeting. And then the next time she don't come. Now you're wondering she didn't miss 2 meetings, but she's the most faithful one you had. In 3 years, she's the most faithful one. She done all the work. She was at the study sessions, all the meetings, fundraisers, ticket selling, giving away turkeys. She was always there. What did you do? You put your thumb on her neck because you was afraid. You was afraid that she was going to come for your seat in the east or in the west or in the north or wherever you may have sit as a member of the Order of the Eastern Star. You was afraid of her. Now she gone. And you mad, wondering why you can't keep members. The reason why you can't keep members is because you are afraid. You're scared. You want things to remain the same. Things are not going to be like they were in the 70s, the 60s, in the 80s, or nor the 90s. This thing, this YouTube show, the communications, man, look. The way we used to do when I first came in some 32 years ago, you mail a brother a letter and tell him, hey, your dues needs to be paid. He mails a letter back, probably paying his dues or saying whatever. Those times are gone. They texting now, they emailing. So an email is a legal document. Trust me on that. I had to go to court. Use the emails. Hey, this is a form of communication. It's just like a letter now. People may get mad, well, he should have mailed it. No. If he or she emailed you and it didn't return to them, you got it. Maybe it was in your spam, but you got it. Period. It just bugs me that some of us who are in this fraternal order refuse to bring those up who are young, who are intelligent, who wants to see the organization grow, who's really putting their heart, their soul, and their money into the organization. And yet, you put your thumb on their neck. Yet, you think just because you're in that seat, you're going to be there until death. And then when you die, the organization falls apart. You know why? Because you didn't have anybody behind you to be your successor. And then you don't get respect on outside of that because you don't educate your members. You don't have school of instructions. There's a lot of things you don't do because all you're doing is collecting their dues. And you have pyramid schemes going on. Oh yeah, bro, I tell you what, this is what you do. So you bring in somebody, right? And then what we'll do is once they get to a certain degree, we'll split that money. What mess is that? You're not even on the same structure as Freemasons should be based on the European style. Now, if you want to do something a little different, change that. Stop using it as a pyramid scheme. And you know who I'm talking about. And I'm just frustrated that you do that to people. And then you wonder why you don't get the respect or the recognition that you think that you deserve. Because you're selling Freemasonry. That's what you're doing. And then I was talking about the Queen of the South the other evening. And the Queen of the South is an extension of the Order of the Eastern Star. It is set up just like that chapter. It represents the palace. And this is where Sheba goes to meet King Solomon and talk about how wise he is in the glory of his standards. And she brings him the camels and incense and frankincense and gold just to show her appreciation for how wise this man is. And she stays and she fellowships with him, right? So that degree alone is an extension, but you, Grandmaster, sell that degree like if it's something special or something separate, when it is truly an extension of the Order of the Eastern Star. We got to stop hitting people in their pockets. Look, man, this ain't nothing to play with. People want to be part of the order. People want to be part of the Freemasons, but you're doing too much. And it hurts the organization because you're doing too much. Look, I'm going to share this with you about me personally. I have I have 2 honorary 33rds and 2 different Supreme Councils. I do. But when you don't understand the fact that this person may have that, and he's able to go and visit that jurisdiction either way, and even though you're the most peaceful sovereign Grand Commander, and you don't understand that, that says a lot about you. Because you don't travel. You don't get out. You stuck in your place. You stuck in a room somewhere. See, this is the problem. A lot of people call themselves Masons and never leave their jurisdiction. I've said it time and time before. You don't go anywhere. You stay where you at, and then you wonder why you don't know what you should know because you don't travel. All you do is go to your lodge meeting, go to your Supreme Council session every 2 years, go to your grand session. That's all you do. You never ever go outside your boundaries. So you'll never enjoy and see what Freemasonry is all about. And that's the problem that I see with the modern free. I see it with international. I see it with ancient free and accepted Masons. And I'm going to say this here. There is only one United Supreme Council that I know of. And that's dealing with Ollie Spencer. I would give, now Ollie Spencer and I can agree, but I would give Ollie Spencer some credit. And I'm going to tell you why I give him the credit at. Ollie Spencer, as the President General Counsel for his General Grand Masonic Congress, is the only one that I know that gets out and travel. The only one. He has gone to foreign countries. He has solidified his General Grand Masonic Congress in his United Supreme Council. He has done that for his organization. But how many of you, most peaceful and sovereign Grand Commanders, can say you have done the same? How many of you, Supreme Presidents, General Grand Masonic Congress Presidents, how many of you can say the same thing? Tell me. You may not like the fact of how Ollie Spencer have gone about and traveled and done, but you know what? It doesn't matter. His jurisdiction is on the map. His jurisdiction is recognized by foreign bodies and countries. I'll give Spencer that. You know, I give him that because I see his work, you know, and I've talked to him on the phone, and I will give him that. But for some of you who are in leadership in on these national affiliations of the various United Supreme Councils, you're killing your organization because you don't do right by them. And you wonder why you don't get the respect. That's why. And some may say, well, damn, he's off on a tangent tonight. I am, because some things were brought to my attention. And some brothers was asking me, hey, you know, could I help their Grand Lodge become recognized? What's the process for amenities? with different foreign countries and things like that. And I was going to do that. But after I found out, and it was some things that was pointed out to me, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to share any information with you. I'm not going to do any of that. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it on your own. And that's the thing. You always want somebody to do the work for you and then claim see what I got. No, you're going to do it on your own. I have been in my jurisdiction 32 years. And I would say this. I have the most in my jurisdiction, be it on the United Supreme Council level or state level. I'm saying this about me, and it's not patting myself on the back. I have all the documents. I can say that because I have them in my possession. I have all of the minutes. I have the bank accounts. I have them all because I went to the sessions and collected information. You know how they give them out to you. I did that. Now you got to call and ask me, hey, what happened in 1990? Oh, you don't know what happened in 1990? I do. I have the minutes, the original minutes. But you don't. But you want me to help you. No, I'm not giving nothing, no more to nobody. And the thing is that I have a nice library, and I encourage everyone else to do the same. This is how you develop your library. And first of all, I'm going to say thank you to the brothers who sent me some books that I should get. I want to say thank you, first of all. Brother Lewis said, sounds like they have a business license versus a charter. You know what, bro? You know what? I am so outdone. I am. Because if anybody has seen any of my videos, watching the show, what I try to do is impart what I have and to give pertinent information to whomever. Even if it's my own personal opinion, I always tell you to go back and check. And I do that because I want you to have all of the information at your fingertips. And what that does is, good evening, Brother Gilmore. What that does is it helps not only yourself, but your jurisdiction. It does that. But at this time, I'm just the uneducated Freemason is what pisses me off. There is no police for Freemasonry. Let's have an understanding. There's no police for Freemasonry, so you might as well stop tripping. All right. Now, if your Grand Lodge have amenities or recognition with another Grand Lodge, and you can have their dual membership, so more it be. You got the dual membership. That's an agreement between your Grand Lodges. All right. It has nothing to do with the General Grand Masonic Congress or the United Supreme Council. If a United Supreme Council offers a 33rd Inspector General honorary membership, he's able to take it because it's to him. It's not to his jurisdiction. Let's have some understanding. Like I said before, I have 2 honorary 33rds in 2 different jurisdictions. One is Western and one is Northern. Okay? And one I received back in 2011 and one I received in 2016. Okay? Now, the fact is that was offered to me. It wasn't offered to the Supreme Council for which I was a member of at that time. So if anybody comes up and say, you know what, blah, 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 the thing is that you should read before you go and come at somebody like that. You should actually go and read. You know what? I have the Constitution and bylaws to my own United Supreme Council for which I was a member of. And I'm looking at it. And I'm reading it and I'm shocked of some of the stuff that I read and they don't even do. I don't know about you, but a lot of our organization are not going to survive in the next 5 years. Bet. I snap $100 on that. Some of the organization that you see around today that may have been around for, let's say, for instance, you're a part of an organization or United Supreme Council, whatever it may be. And let's say, for instance, they've been around for like 100 years. I guarantee you that they won't be around in the next 5 years. I guarantee you that. Who provides an honorary 33rd? An honorary 33rd is given by the most puissant sovereign grand commander of that jurisdiction, for which says, hey, bro, you know what? We know that you're a 33rd degree inspector general. We would like for you to come to our session. They invite you. We would like for you to come to our session. You sit in amongst the brothers, and they give you a certificate saying you are an honorary member of this United Supreme Council. Your what is it? Hold on. Here's one right here. This is my honorary 33rd to another Supreme Council. Okay, it lays it all out. You know, it says, know ye that Tony Hawkins, number 01130 of the city of San Diego in the state of California, be duly legal constituted, knowing that I'm a sublime prince, 33rd Inspector General, qualities of the illustrious brother Tony Hawkins, favorable, recommending him for the 33rd and last degree of the most illustrious sovereign grand consistory, the sovereign grand chapter, order of the Knights Templar, order of the Red Cross. They go through all of it. And then it says, our illustrious brother Tony Hawkins for the 33rd and last degree, know ye therefore that the Supreme Council of the Sovereign Grand Inspector Generals, ancient scepter Scottish Rite Freemason, declare upon our illustrious brother of the state grand recommendation has proclaimed and acknowledged our illustrious brother as a worthy and having enrolled him in our Supreme Grand body. Okay? That's basically legit of this here. So, that most puissant sovereign grand commander does that. It is up to you to accept it. It's just like having a honorary degree from another college. You can have a degree, but if they want to bestow a degree, an honorary degree on you and say that, hey, you know what, blah, blah, because of your good works or whatever, they can do that. And they can take it back. They doing Bill Cosby like that. Oh, my God. But anyway, yeah. So the ideal is for us is to stop relying on other people to do stuff for us and educate ourselves. Go get your books. Brothers have recommended books for me, and I've gotten some of the books. You know, I think a good hard copy book is best. I don't want to get anything on have it on my USB. You know why? Because if you lose that data, you lose that USB, it's done. I can put my book in my shelf and I can go to it and pull it out. You know, I like a good book. Only us can save us. And this is what gets me. When you say only us can save us, which is a very true statement, but we also got spies among us. We got people among us who would rather take you down than to see you come up. They'll leave your ass out to dry. And that's the thing. I've seen a lot of Masonic group pages as far as on the YouTube channel. They talk all nice and willy. Let me tell you, every jurisdiction go through something. Every last one of them, they go through something. Every brother, every sister goes through something with their grand lodge, their grand chapter. They do. The principle is how do you keep all of that in check? How do you keep it in such a way till you build up your organization and don't tear it down? That's how you have to do that. You know, my thing is for us to really look at who we are along this journey, especially grand lodges. And let me tell you this here. If you are in the Scottish Rite or York Rite body, I'm talking to my brothers of the various grand lodges that have the marquee, ancient, free, and accepted, because there's a lot of us. I'm talking to you. If you are in the Scottish Rite or the York Rite, right? Okay. Where can you actually go and visit? I'm talking to my brothers who are members of the various grand lodges with the marquee, ancient, free, and accepted Mason. if you are in the dependent bodies, or if you are a York Rite or Scottish Rite Mason, right, up under the United Supreme Council, has the marquee Southern and Western on it, right? Because there's about 5 Southern and Western Masonic jurisdictions, United Supreme Council. Ask yourself, where can you go visit as a Scottish Rite or York Rite Mason? I'll wait. You know why I'm going to wait? Because 90% of you can't go anywhere. 90% of you can't go anywhere. 90% of you are stuck in your own Supreme Council with no recognition, with no nothingness. You can't go nowhere. You just have a title that you just use amongst your own brothers. And they're the ones who show you the respect, which they should do. Which they should do. But you who are the most eminent Grand Master, the most Puissant Sovereign Grand Commander, the most High Priest, Thrice Puissant Grand Master, you leaders in these various Supreme Councils with those titles, where have you gone to visit outside of your own body? I'll wait, because none of you more than likely has done anything no more than in your own body. And this, once again, is why you don't get the respect that you keep screaming about. And this is why your membership failed, because let me tell you, this is what the brothers in PHA do. When they recruit, PHA recruits. And I don't knock that. I don't knock that. I'm just sharing with you what they do. I'm not knocking on them. I'm just sharing. This is what they do. Hey, bro. Yeah. Hey, you square, right? Yeah. Are you in upper houses? Yeah, I'm in upper houses, bro. Yeah. Oh, can you go visit? Where else can you go visit? Really? So the only place you can go is in your own jurisdiction. You can't go outside of that? And then they hit it up on you, because I would give them credit. This is what they do. Well, you know what? I can go here, 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 and here. And I'm not saying that they go. I'm saying, but the opportunity is there for them to go. That's all I'm saying. Okay? The ideal is you don't have the opportunity. That's the difference. You don't have the opportunity. So the same thing happened vice versa when you're talking Grand Lodges. They'll come, well, where can you go visit, bro? And if your Grand Lodges only visit within your General Grand Masonic Congress, if that's all you got, I don't know what to say for you. I don't. I don't know what to say for you. If all you got, if all your Grand Lodge have is your General Grand Masonic Congress, and they can't go outside of that, they can't go visit outside of that, I don't know what to say for you. Because it seems to me that you're stuck. You're not even in the ocean. You're in a pond. You're just in a pond. You swim with the fresh fish. You're fresh. You know. And that should bother you. You should begin to question your Supreme Council, your General Grand Masonic Congress, your Grand Lodge. If all you got is where you at and you can't go no place else, you need to start questioning your membership. For real. If you got to bring in extra members, right? Check this out. If you have that pyramid scheme going on, you got to question that. Because Masonry is not a pyramid scheme, okay? You got to question that. You got to look at your structure. How are you structured compared to everybody else? Now, everybody's not going to be structured the same way. I got that. I'm cool with that. But how are you structured? You know, my Grand Master was over to my home a few days ago. He said, everything you got in that white notebook, I want it. And, you know, it's kind of funny. He said, everything you got in that white notebook, I want it. I know. And it's cool with me. He can have it. He should have it. You know, he should. You know, and he was like, okay, because I've been around for a while. So he was asking me about all the contacts that I had with foreign Grand Lodges and who to contact and all of that. And I said, you can have it. You know why? Because he's the Grand Master State. You know, we was invited to Puerto Rico last year for their grand session. and I missed out. But I am not missing out on no more travels. Once I get an invitation to go somewhere from now on, I'm going. Simple as that. I am going because you should go. When another foreign jurisdiction sends you a communication inviting you to go, you should go. Just that simple. You'll learn a lot. You said, brother, I'm PHA. Why you say that? What I'm saying, brother Lewis, it's no pun intended. What I'm saying is that what happens is the reason the ancient free and accepting Masons don't get a lot of respect is because they don't apply the knowledge of Freemasonry. Okay, they don't really. This is from what I know, not from what somebody tells me. They don't really indulge themselves and say, I want my organization to run a particular way, to be on the same level, no matter how big or small, but I want it to be on such a level to nobody can come behind and say, you guys are jacked up. Look at your structure. If my structure is jacked up, then I need to make sure that my structure fit what I'm trying to do. There are some big houses and there are some small houses. I've seen some tiny houses that make a big house look bad because the tiny house is so structured. It's beautiful. Everything is in place. There's some big houses. You go in, you be like, God, so trashy in here. That's what I'm saying. It is Sogia. Yeah, I'm familiar with Sogia. And so, yeah, I am familiar with Sogia. Stevie D, yes. You know. No, brother. I when you say they don't get the respect due to the history of their Grand Lodges, all Grand Lodges have some jacked up history. Every last one of them. Every last Grand Lodge has some jacked up history in it. And it's not about the history. You can have a jacked up history, but if your members are educated, if your members can talk Masonry, do Masonry, and hold to those principles of Masonry, bruh, I'd rather have that. My history can be it's my history. So it doesn't matter if it's jacked up or not. It doesn't matter if it applies, it's mine. And if you don't like my history, then that's totally on you. And I tell any brother, once you do the research on your Grand Lodge and you find that the history of your Grand Lodge is all right with you, peace. Do you, but make sure that they do the work of Freemasonry. Make sure that they understand brotherly love, relief, and truth. Make sure that they respect all other jurisdictions. Teach them right. Teach them to stand up when something is going wrong in their jurisdiction and you know that it's wrong. Teach them that. I'm not saying everything's going to be perfect, but what I'm saying is that every leader needs to be held accountable. And what it is that most leaders amongst the ancient free and accepted Masons are not held accountable. Because like I said before, you got people who have been sitting in these seats for so long that when they speak, everybody think they're right because that's what they was taught. But nobody goes behind and read their constitution, their bylaws on the national level, not the Grand Lodge, but on the national level. So you fall into the same thing over and over again. Oh, you're speaking of Masonic edicts. Oh, okay. All right, my misunderstanding. The only child. Okay, my misunderstanding, bro. My apologies. But yeah, man. Man. So I'm gonna share this with you. I'm gonna show you just how I get down, right? So this is the Constitution to this is the Constitution to the General Grand and Cabinet of the Knights Templar for what I used to be a member of this one, okay? This is their Constitution. Here's another one that they've written, their Constitution. The funny thing is that you got it, But what do you do? What do you know about it? It's your constitution, but what do you know about it? I've gone to other jurisdictions. They've given me copies of their own constitution. They have given me copies of their rituals. Hold on a second. This black book right here is a Knights Templar book that was given to me by the Grand Master of the Knights Templars, Omar Scarf. He gave me this. It is an excellent Knights Templar book. I'm not even a member of his Knights Templar encampment on a national level. But because of he and I and our friendship and what we in our communication with our jurisdictions, he gave me this. And brother, let me tell you, his book, his Knights Templar book is on point. It's on point. I know that some of you may have those other blue Knights Templar books, you know, the ones you can order, blah, blah, blah. But that jurisdiction got their own. And I encourage every jurisdiction, you should have your own stuff of how you are structured, how your organization should run. And this is what hurts a lot of the ancient free and accepted Masons, international, modern free. It hurts because you don't have that down. I'm talking about what I know, not from what someone has told me. And the only reason I know is because information was shared. So, you know, it's that back and forth thing. Become a Prince Hall Mason and avoid the clandestine groups. Bruh, first of all, you go back and look up the word clandestine, and then we'll have that conversation. You said join the Prince Hall group and avoid the clandestine. Become a Prince Hall Mason and avoid clandestine groups. Prince Hall ain't all that. And there's no disrespect to those of you who may be on here that may be Prince Hall. Because let the truth be known. Ooh, didn't want to do that. Let the truth be told. Ah, dang, what's going on with that screen? Let the truth be told. There's some jacked up parts of Prince Hall now. Come on, let's not throw stones and won't think one gonna come back at you. And there's no disrespect to you, but bruh, this is an open forum for everybody. I'm not just throwing rocks and stones and don't think one are gonna be thrown back at me. What I'm saying is for us, and when I say us, I'm speaking to the ancient free and accepted Masons, is to make sure that your paperwork, when I say paperwork, make sure that your structure is tight. Your house is clean. I'm not saying you won't have no issues, but make sure it looks good. That's what I'm saying. And for a brother to come on here tonight and say to avoid the clandestine situation, become a Prince Hall Mason, to me is disrespectful. It is. Because this is open forum for all brothers. And this is not to tear down any brother, but to really enlighten them and to bring them up and wherever you may be at, build where you at. Build your Grand Lodge up. Build your Supreme Council up. Build where you at. Strengthen your organization. And if they don't want to hear it, then you move on. That's how you do that. But don't just sit idly by and allow the very organization for which you are part of, the one that recognizes you as a Mason. Don't just sit idly by and watch it implode or explode. If you are there and you can help it grow, do that. And if they refuse to help, then move on. I don't care what jurisdiction you're in. I don't care if you're part of Prince Hall, mainstream, modern, free, international. I don't care what you're a part of. If you have offered your jurisdiction, your services of your own free will and accord, and then they refuse that, poof, be gone. Leave them alone. Don't talk about them. Just leave it alone. That's my advice. You know, the organization that you leave, that you was once part of, dedicated to, and you're no longer there, just leave. You ain't got a trip. Just leave. Oh, Brother Woods. Wow, brother, I was trying to get in the conversation. We both know my history, and all due respect, in my daily life, I deal with corporate structures, corporations, and I see I see it in all walks of life, probably. Yeah, you know. All right. Respect each man and keep it moving. Absolutely, Brother Gilmore. Absolutely. Respect each man path and keep it moving. Because my journey is not your journey. You know, it is not your journey. Every government, that's a lot of people do not understand that you must think like a business at all times. Brother Woods, you must think like a business at all times. You must think like a business at all times. Stop putting individuals in leadership. Look, if you got a treasurer, right? A man that's over your money for your lodge, your grand lodge, your whatever. He's over your money, but he's always broke, and you knew he was broke all the time when you put him in that chair. What do you think he's going to do with your money? What do you think? If you have a junior warden or a associate matron or a matron who's now in those seats, and every time you come to a meeting, if they open a book and jack up everything that's in it, then why would you want to put them in the East? The same thing goes for your junior warden and senior warden. The only child. Does all ancient, free, and accepted Masons recognize each other? I can't speak for all. I can't. I can't speak for all, and I won't speak for all. But I tell you in regards to my jurisdiction, but I can't speak for all jurisdiction there. I don't. So how is PHA the right way? It is just the right way for you. That's true. That's true. That's true. Remember, I'm the third and I'm the left after. But at the end of the day, it's all business. This world is a corporate world in all parts of our lives, everywhere. Do you ask those foundations? The only child, do you ask their foundation? What about their foundations? What the only child, what about it? Do I ask about their foundation? What about it? Because if I'm going to speak for any Grand Lodge, I'm going to speak for my own Grand Lodge as far as recognition is concerned. Okay? Because I know what foreign bodies, I know what Grand Lodges recognize us outside of our own General Grand Masonic Congress. I can speak on that. At this time, I'm the ambassador for my Grand Lodge until my Grand Master decides he no longer wants an ambassador. So, I can speak on that. But other than that, I can't speak for every ancient, free, and accepted body. I can't, because each one is separate, each one is independent, each one is sovereign. Now, I can speak on the ones I've visited. I can speak on the ones I've had contact with and go from there. But no, brothers, the only child, I can't. And I won't. Brother Stephen M. Jackson, he says, this is why all ancient, free, and accepted Masons should unite and recognize each other and work together. Brother, you're talking about turning around the Titanic. And if you ever seen the Titanic, which I have not seen, I've only heard of the structure and how big and beautiful it once was. That was one huge ship. So, in saying that, I respect that and I can get with that. But that's not going to happen like that. There are too many old heads still around sitting in these seats who won't allow that to happen. I had the opportunity of talking with a President General. I will not call his name, but we have taken pictures together. I've sit down, I talk with him. And I asked him, I said, what would it take to bring together other General Grand Masonic Congresses at the table? And let's have a conversation. Not that we're going to take over each other. Not that we're going to do anything to jeopardize membership or anything like that. We're just saying, come to the table, let's have a conversation, see how we can kind of help each other out. Basically. He told me no, that's not going to happen. No, he said that. The man that has the power to make the change would make the change. And I asked him, I said, well, who are you training to come behind you? He looked at me like boo-boo the fool. Like, what? Who am I training to come behind me? No. I'm in this seat. I'm probably going to stay in this seat until I die and get sick or get sick and die. No, I'm not doing it. Nope. That happens in lodges. That happens all over the foundation of Freemasonry. Period. It happens. Hey, bro, you're wasting your time talking to brothers of the Prince Hall Masons. They feel they are better than others. Brother Maddox, all of them don't feel that way. You know, I understand what you're saying, but all of them don't feel that way. So I'm not going to put all of them in that same box. But for those who come on this channel and talk that noise, they're that way. They're the ones that feel like they're better individually. I won't put that on their whole entire organization. Just like I can't say that every ancient, free, and accepted Mason, modern or international, is uneducated Masons. I can't say that. I'm talking about the individual who goes out and talk about Masonry, but yet can't hold the conversation. You know, they can't, that's all they're doing. They don't know anything about the structure. They don't know anything about constitutions. They're just there, okay? And then when you try to enlighten them, they have no idea. They have no idea. And this is why it goes back to saying that Freemasonry is bigger than where you at. It is. This thing, the Order of the Eastern Star, is bigger than where you at, sister. If you are a member of the Order of the Eastern Star and all you've ever done is stay where you at, you're missing out on the order. You're missing out on the order. You are. And because you are afraid. The brothers are the same thing. There are some brothers who are afraid to go visit other jurisdictions because they're going to be embarrassed. That's why they don't go. Brother Brendan Lewis, only child. He put many videos on the subject. Okay. Brother Gilmore said he mess around and get lost in the ante room. Oh boy. What about the Masonic Foundation of John G. Jones? So let's talk about that. Let me see. The only child. Look, the Masonic Foundation of John G. Jones. Are you talking of the Grand Lodge of John G. Jones, or you're talking about what was called the John G. Jones affiliation? Okay, so if you're talking John G. Jones affiliation, which was first mentioned in 1877 at the convention of the Grand Masters Council, which later became the General Grand Masonic Congress, there was a group of brothers that put John G. Jones as the head of their organization. They called it John G. Jones affiliation. This was in 1877. You can look this up in Coors Masonic Encyclopedia, page 483, under Negro Masonry. Okay, it is the only Coors Masonic Encyclopedia that mentions John G. Jones in that fashion. Okay, that's where you can find that information at. It's only about a paragraph, and it tells you about John G. Jones and John G. Jones affiliation. And also, if you get yourself that same Coors Masonic Encyclopedia, it's a 1961 version. If you look up under Supreme Councils, or if you look up under Supreme Grand Lodges, you will find over the years that there have been several attempts to unite all Freemasons, be it black or white. Several attempts. And I did a video on that, pointing out those attempts and who did them. There was an attempt to unify all the Masons, be it black and white, in the earlier days of the country. And they was going to call it the Supreme Grand Lodge, with one Grand Master over all Master Masons. You can find that in Core's Masonic Encyclopedia, in the 1961 version, sir. You sure can. There's a lot of information in that book that you can't find in any other Core's Masonic Encyclopedia. And that's not a revised one. That's one that was written, and they revised it after that. You know. So, and that goes to show you, PHA and PHO, you have the same history. My brothers from PHO and PHA, you have the same history. You do. It's the idea that PHA pressed the history. And when I say pressed the history, they took it and they pressed it. They made it. They made it all about them. They did. And you got left out. So when they went to England, they kept pressing England. They kept pressing it. State Grand Lodges, they pressed that. And they got the recognition amongst the State Grand Lodges. That's because they took it and owned it. And you didn't have that opportunity. They beat you to it. That's all. See, you were not worried about being recognized, as far as I know of, by mainstream Grand Lodges. But it was the PHA who was pressing that issue. So when they got recognized by mainstream, by England, okay, then you come around and try to do the same thing. And England is like telling you no. Because your sovereign, you know, PHO tried to get England to do a recognition with them. They tried, but they was like, no. And there's no disrespect to you, because your history is all of our history. If you remember PHO, Prince Hall Origin, your history is all of our history. Because without PHO, you don't get PHA, you don't get John G. Jones, you don't get him as an individual, as a man. You don't. And I understand that. So, brother, as long as they are warranted, they are not clandestine according to your definition. That is true. Brother Lewis, that is true. Only a Grand Lodge warrant charters to lodges. You can read that. That's a simple 101 definition. If your lodge does not have a charter from a Grand Lodge, then according to Masonic terms, you are then considered clandestine. That's the Masonic true term to that. So, of course, PHA wants to be the mother of all lodges. But PHA is not the mother of all lodges. You're not. PHA is not the mother of all lodges. You know, in my thing, like I said again earlier, this platform is not used for that type of debate. So we're not going to do that. This platform is used to elevate, to cultivate, to unite, to build up. That's what this platform is all about. Now, sometimes we may get off a track, but brother, the only child, no. Nope. No, PHA is not the foundation of PHO, bruh. Come on. I'm going to have to take you off the page if you don't stop there, the only child, because this is not that type of group, bruh. This group, I've already said what this group is all about. This page is all about that. We're not going to shit on other organizations. We're not going to do that. We may not like the way some of the things they may do, but we're not going to do that to them. Okay? This is not what we're not going to do this. You know. So, The only child, I'm going to ask you one more time, sir. Hold it down. You know, enjoy the show. Ask some pertinent questions in regards to Freemasonry, not to an organization or a group, please. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because once again, if we're going to do anything, we're going to build each other up. If we're going to do anything, we're going to hold each other up. We're not going to put our thumb on nobody's neck. And this is what happens to us all the time. See, here's the thing. The only child, you and the other brother are talking back and forth, right? About something that happened a long time ago, right? And here we are in 2018, still talking about something that happened a long time ago. It's doing us no good right now. We need to figure out, as Masons, individually, not Grand Lodge, but individually, how do we turn around the ship? How do we elevate each other individually? Because your Grand Lodge has a constitution of bylaws that governs that jurisdiction. Now, when you become a Grand Master or Grand Matron, then you can implement or suggest some changes. But if you're not in that position to suggest any changes, then you got to work your way up the food chain and do that. That's the main problem with Black Masonry. More of the ass, less about what the past in this day and age. Oh yeah, we hey, look. Right now is the present. It's the present is right now. So what are we gonna do right now, right, to elevate each other? What are we gonna do right now? Like I've always said, the best thing for any Mason to do is to build their jurisdiction up. The best thing for any Eastern Star to do is the same thing. Build your chapters, sisters. Build your lodges, brother. Grandmaster, build your Grand Lodge. Let it be one of the best well-known Grand Lodges around. One that respects other Grand Lodges. One that's going to uphold its bylaws and constitution. One that's going to build the brotherhood. And when you do that, then you have set the standards of what a Grand Lodge should be. And the rest will follow. Plain and simple. When you've done that, you know? Because brothers leave jurisdictions for many different reasons. Some leave because they didn't get what they want. They didn't get elected, so they pissed off, so they leave. Let them go. Don't even trip. Let them go. Some leave because they couldn't sleep with the sister. Let them go. Some sisters leave because the brother was just hitting on her too hard. Get rid of that brother. You know, it's time out for all of that. It's just that simple. Now, two adults agree to do whatever they do it. But don't tear the organization down because you pressing up on this brother, sister. Don't tear the organization down because this brother is pressing up on this sister. You know? Don't do that. Don't hurt your organization over that. Now, two grown people decide to do whatever they do, that's grown folks. Let them do it. Don't tear your organization up over it. Yes. Oh, I like that one. Brother Michael Smith says the best thing for them to do is to remove the jewel, the shirts, the card, place cards, and study. They treat Masonry like a college fraternity. Yep. Bro, you're so right. They do. They treat it like a college fraternity. And this is bigger than that. You know, this is bigger than your Greek organization. You know, and trust me, I pledged. I was online for 7 weeks. I had a ball. But when I became a Mason, no, that was good then. The things I did when I pledged, I wouldn't do them now. That's some crazy shit. What? No. Nope. It just shows you on the cool how they look at life in all due respect. Yeah, that can be done too. Yeah, it definitely shows you how they see life. But it's up to us as individual Masons to show them something, to show them what the craft is really all about. This I'm gonna share this with you. So December the 15th, the jurisdiction for which I'm a part of, Grandmaster Calvin Sanders, Grandmaster State, we was invited to the Hispanic Grand Lodge in North America. I speak about them a lot because we really fellowship with them a lot. They invited us to their, it's not a St. John's Day, they call it Winter Solstice Day. And I've gone a few times. And it is different than anything that I've viewed in Masonry, and I love it. It's their version of St. John's Day. It's a different creature. It's different, bruh. And this is what I tell everybody. You should go see something different. Masonry is so different than where you at once you get outside that box. This is why it's important for your jurisdiction to develop those amenities with other foreign jurisdictions. That's why it's important. I would say this here, last month, this jurisdiction had the opportunity to do amenity with the Grand Lodge of Mexico across the border. We had the Grand Master from Mexico here, and my Grand Master and him signed amenity for visitation. So I would hope that we can somehow have them to come to our grand session and to visit. It's possible. Once my Grand Master put that into motion, I hope that he will. And I would ask him, to send an invitation to that jurisdiction to come to our session in June. Did I miss something? No, okay, I guess that's it. So as I was saying tonight in regards to Masons not educating themselves, or uneducated Black Mason, please go do your research and stop just throwing things out there that's not factually true. And if your Scottish Rite body, for which you are a part of, and you can't go nowhere but there, that's all you got, you're missing out. Now, my next video is going to be about let me see, I got it here. Queen of the South. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Queen of the South in my next video. Sister Jones, she comes on here and she was asking questions about it, so I appreciate her, and we're going to get into that in the next video because I've been doing a little bit more reading on it. And as I said before, it's interesting, but the Queen of the South is only an extension of the Order of the Eastern Star. That's it in a nutshell, but we'll try to go a little bit more in depth in my next video, the Queen of the South. So look, it's been 63 minutes, and I am so clogged up and congested, man. So somebody told me to get the tea, the honey, and sip, and that's not happening. That's not happening. So I'm gonna work with this. I'm gonna work with it. Yep, it kills me seeing guys with books open. Yeah, huh? Yep, it does. Certainly. Sister Jones, I'm gonna make sure I do that. And I appreciate you. And I hope that you was able to get something out of this tonight, even though I spoke mostly in regards to the brothers. Everything I say applies to the sisters also. Some things we just got to do in order to really build each other up. And I'm going to say this here. The sisterhood. After your meetings, this is just a suggestion. I know some sisters may already do this, but for those of you who don't, sisters, after your meetings, you might want to do an extended fellowship. Go to a restaurant, all the sisters together, sit down and eat. It builds that camaraderie with you. I know a lot of lodges that do that. But I'm speaking to the sisters because what happens is ladies are a lot different than men. You are. Y'all are a lot different. But you really need that in your chapter. You really do. If you're going to build it up, if you're going to do anything, you really need it. It really will help too. God dang, I didn't see all of this. Ooh. Oh, thorough flu. Okay. I'm about to do that. And it's so funny. I work in the healthcare field, right? Man, I've been trying to try everything. And I'm going to say this here. I ain't getting no flu shot. Don't be sending nobody after me either. I will wear a mask at work for 8 hours. I'm not getting no flu shot. You can get it. Yes, Sister Jones. And if you're doing that, that really builds up that sisterhood. And I'm going to say this, Sister Jones. When you do interviews with sisters who are looking to become part of Eastern Star, and if you get that in that gut feeling that they're not going to add to the organization, don't bring them in. Don't do it to your chapter. If you feel that they're not going to add to and they're going to only take from, they're not going to add but subtract, don't bring them in. And find out if their husband or their boyfriend is a Mason. Find it out too. And as a matter of fact, Sister Jones, when you do an interview with sisters, you should also invite the husband to come to the interview. Go to their homes. And let me tell you why you should invite that brother. Because you want to know what type of person he is. You do. You need to know. And the same thing goes for the brothers too. I did a video on, what you should do during an investigation. And that's one of the things that I recommend is that the husband be present or the boyfriend be present. They need to know what type of organization this is. Because rumor has it, oh my God, we need to dispel some of the rumors, we need to. Louisiana. What's happening in Louisiana, Brother Smith? Did I miss something? I missed something. It's Louisiana. Yeah, okay. I missed something there, brother. Oh, let me see. Yeah, do that for your chapter. So look, been on here for a minute. I want to just say thank you to everyone. I know it's late wherever you're at. I was gonna go out tonight. I really was, boy. I felt ooh, but I got a phone call. It set me off. That's why I'm on here tonight. I got a phone call that set me off, man. I couldn't hold it. I had to come and let this off, bro, because it's just some of us just don't do it. Whoever you put in your seat during the month of December and November, December is the election time for various chapters and lodges. Whoever you put in those seats, make sure that they're worthy and well qualified. Just make sure. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure. Because some people who are in seats don't deserve to be in the seat. And you know who they are. Come on, don't play with yourself. Don't be like, no, you know exactly who they are in your chapter, in your lodge. On your national level, you know exactly who they are. They have people in seats, and you know that they don't deserve to be in the seats. But you sit idly by and let that happen. You let it happen. You didn't stand up. You didn't say not one doggone thing, and now you have somebody in that seat that do not know what they're doing. And it's your fault. If you sit there and you went along with the group because they elected John to be in the chair as whatever, but he's in the chair, it's your fault. You didn't stand up and say, look, bruh, you ain't ready for that seat. Yeah, you may have been in the West, but you ain't ready for that seat. I see your work in the West. I seen you when you was in the South. And the only reason you went to the West is because Brother John, who was sitting in the West, decided to step out or whatever he did. And that's the only reason you got that seat. And you know it. But all I'm saying is we got to stop allowing things just to continue to go along with the group. Oh, well, you know. No, I don't know. Put the person in the seat who's worthy and well qualified for the seat. Put the person in the seat who can build the organization. Put the person in the seat that can unite your organization. That person needs to have some skills. We are not a fraternity wreck with okay. Which John G. Jones do I send the invite, brother? Okay. What that's brother 1120 sound. All right, so here's the address. Since you want to send an invite, okay, you can email me at Hosea, HOSEA LODGE @yahoo.com. Now, you're going to have to put in subject box something that I'm going to be able to legitimately say that is you. And the best thing for you to do is to put in there 1120 sound. Okay? I don't know what invitation you want us to send, but send the invite and we'll go from there. What invitation you want to send me anyway? Truth, I'm in Florida. It's 1 a.m. Oh, yeah, bro. Ooh, 1 a.m. I hope you going to church, to the mosque, or something tomorrow. If not, remember me in your prayer tonight. Who are you asking, Brother Smith? I wouldn't mind being honored to learn more, inviting than many. No, I'm going to tell you, I'm not looking to unite all black Masons. Oh, no, I'm not looking to unite all Masons. Can't do it. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you can Facebook Messenger me. 1120 sound. Yeah, you can Facebook Messenger me. But no, to answer that question, I'm not looking to unite all black masonry. You know why? Because all of them ain't ready. For those who are ready, we can make it happen, but everybody ain't ready. And if you're not ready, then no. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna give myself that headache. Nor am I gonna put my jurisdiction through anything like that. And my grandmaster has to sign off on that anyway. So no, I'm not going to do that. And I only speak for the Grand Lodge because of my position. But there's a process that I have to go through. Okay. So no, I'm not looking to unite all black Masons because all black Masons don't want to be united. I will work with those who will work with me. Period. And even then, there will probably be spies among us. And the reason I say that is that is how they was able to bring down the Black Panthers. This is how they was able to bring down Slick. Uh, this is how they was able to bring down all of those movements that was for us was brought down by us because there were spies among us. Hear me clearly. All of those groups, all of those organizations that were strong, the reason they're no longer around is because there were spies amongst us that looked like us, that went and reported us. All right? And it brought down the whole thing. So no, I'm not looking to unite all black Masons. I'm looking to work with those who are willing to work with me. And there are some rules to that from you, and there are some rules definitely coming from me. I'm not just looking to work with anybody. I'm not. So you can take that and let it alone. No disrespect. Okay, brother, I understand that apology, meaning all Masons, regardless of greed. Yeah, yes. Okay, got you. Yeah, you know, I would prefer that if somehow that in Masonry, we can give a little bit more due to the organization. We can give a little bit more to the organization for which we so proudly are members of. That would be great. I love hearing about the stuff like that. Oh yeah. Brother Smith said they was able to bring those groups down because blacks don't ask questions. I can add that to it too. I can add that to it too. Let me tell you. So when I go to the mosque on Sundays, now I know the minister, all right, who's over that mosque. But every time I go out and come back in, I'm getting checked. Every time. It doesn't matter that I went out and I just came back. No. Every time I go in there, they search me again. And I don't blame them. Trust no one. No disrespect. You know, it's just no disrespect. But brother, let me tell you, our organizations have been hurt from those who claim that they love it, but they go back and report you. And before you know it, you're imploding. You're like arguing, and you don't even know why you're arguing with each other. Because somebody threw the rock and hit their hand and he looked like you and me. Who was also a Mason? Oh yeah, J. Everett Hooger? Yeah. Look, this is what I want you to do. And you can find this out for yourself. I did a video not long ago on those Masons who killed black people. You remember the bombing in Alabama with the 4 girls? That was done by a Mason. Medgar Evers was shot by a Mason. Remember not too long ago in North Carolina when that guy drove that truck and smashed into those people? Remember that? Look at that truck. That truck, one car, the car has a Masonic emblem on it, and the truck, that red truck, has a Shriner's emblem on it with a bumper sticker. You ask yourself, you know, about those very people in this organization who's done harm to people who look like us. And then people who look like us has done harm to ourselves. But I'm just saying, on a broader scale, that's some crazy stuff. You know, the same guy that, let me see, I mentioned Medgar Evers. The guy that killed him was a Shriner out of Mississippi. Go figure that out, right? And was Medgar Evers? He was a Prince Hall Mason. Makes you think, don't you? Still must keep the clothes to keep a wife. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't say close the door. I didn't say close the door, bruh. But be careful. Be careful. You know? Absolutely. So, I'm just saying, this organization, especially amongst the white brotherhood, they've done us some hurt. We can speak on that. And the white brotherhood of Freemasonry has done us some hurt. And when I say that, they have put us against each other. And some that are on here may say, what are you talking about, Brother Hawkins? I'm not talking about some of the Grand Lodges. Some of them, because some of them are really are trying. Some of them are really, mainstream Grand Lodges have really went beyond trying to mend the gap. A lot of, quite a few have. But on the other side of it, I'm talking about the ones who have claimed, who have stated that they will not accept a black man as Masons. And some of them, even though you may have amity with them, if you're from a Grand Lodge in in the North States, and you're coming to the South and being a black man going to visit, you might have some issues. No, as a matter of fact, I believe you probably will have some issues. But I'm not a part of that of that Masonic body. So I'm only saying because you are an African American from the north coming to the south to visit because your Grand Lodges have amenities, you might have some issues. Trust that. Oh yeah. Sir Knight Zach, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. So, so look at our history in dealing with mainstream Grand Lodges. Brother Amos from New Jerusalem Grand Lodges, he's posted up so much information in regards to their minutes, and things that they've said in regards to Black Masonry. And the sad part about it, some of us would rather sit in lodge with them than sit in lodge with someone who looks like you. And it's okay. It's been like that since the dawn of time. And especially since we have been so-called set free in these so-called United States of America. One day we'll get it together. One day some of us will get the salt out of our eyes and see that we've been hook, wink, and blindfolded. Oh man, I couldn't even get that out right. But we'll get there. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do better than what we're doing right now. Some of our jurisdictions won't last long. You're not gonna last long. Let me tell you this here. I'm gonna take $100 bet. I think I said it earlier. That some of the jurisdictions that you see here today won't be here in the next 5 years. I'm talking Supreme Council, General Grand Masonic Congress, Grand Lodges. Boom. Okay? I bet you that. And you're going to be surprised. I'm waiting. That's my bet. Let me see. 2020 is the next setting for the Supreme Council. So, 6 years. 6 years. So in 2022, and if they are still around on a national level, they got this many members. Yeah, that's how many members they're going to have. Because they're killing each other over nothing. Wow, damn, I'm missing a whole lot. Oh, Brother Lewis. Oh, Lewis, that book? Oh, that book you got to get. That book right there, that book talks about Christ and his journey, okay? Because John the Baptist and Christ, those disciples and those were dealing with those two prophets, they had their own thing going, man. It was cool. They was part of a secret society. Yeah, you got to get that book. Harem's Key speaks about that a lot. Read the book, Recognizing Prince Hall. Okay. As part of the membership committee for the Grand Lodge of Illinois, I would take that bet. I know you will. I know you'll take that bet because of their structure. Not only because of their structure, is because of what they're doing. Bruh, I take the bet too. Oh, bro, Sir Knight, you got me rolling, bro. I appreciate you, dog, but boy, you got me rolling, man. I'm telling you, got me rolling. But hey, we got some very old, ancient, free, and accepted Grand Lodges out there. Some that have been around for at least, I know, 150 years. There are some that's out there that's been around for a long time. And they're thriving. Some are still thriving. And I can appreciate those. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm going to leave that where it's at. I'm going to leave it where it's at. Sometimes, as Brother Boxer said, you need to be cautious. So I'm gonna be cautious on speaking on that anymore. I got that book. The Only Child, I got that book. Freemasonry and Segregation, I got that book. That's a good book. The next book you get is the Negro Freemasonry in Litigation. The many times that we are taking each other to court. That's sad. You know. That is a good book though. It's a good book. Also, it not only does it mention Black Masons going to court, but it mentions white Masons going to court also. So it's a good book. It's called The Litigation of Negro Masonry, but it has cases dealing with white Masons and Black Masons. That's a good book to get also. Less recognized Grand Lodges. Brother Sir Knight, I read your post, but I'm trying to get okay. Okay, so you said Hosea Lodge sent the email. That's correct. Okay, correct beginning. Yes, it is. Yep, you're good. You're good to go. I'll check it out and go from there. Okay. All right, 106. All right, that'll work. Yeah, man, there are some Grand Lodges that have been around for a long time. You know, but there's some things that are happening, bruh. So I will say this: that jurisdiction has been around for 106 years. I would say that I pray that they will continue to grow. I pray that they will continue to strengthen themselves in the knowledge of Freemasonry and be transparent with their members. That was something that was talked about. I did a Momentum conference here in California about maybe 3 years ago, and we talked about being transparent. So when your members come to your jurisdictions, when you bring in new members to your organization, you need to be as transparent and upfront with them as possible about who you are, where you can go visit, the whole thing. And let them make the decision whether they want to be with you or without you. And trust me, if you're transparent with them and upfront with them about who you are and what you teach, the whole thing, more than likely they'll stay because they see how honest you are. And you don't bash other jurisdictions along the way. You know, that's how you do that. Because I've seen it done. I've seen brothers come to my jurisdiction because the jurisdiction they was going to go to was bashing other jurisdictions so much they say, if this is what you all about, then I need not to be a part of you. You know, because all you do is bash other jurisdictions. And this platform right here is not built for that. This platform strictly says research. This platform is all about building up the next Grand Lodge, the next brothers or whatever. So if I asked the brothers from the Prince Hall think tank to come on the channel, come on over. Let's have a conversation. But I got no response. I've asked other YouTube channels dealing with Masonry to come on the platform. You know, I see you talking about us, but you're talking about us without us. And that's one thing this platform won't do. It will not talk about other jurisdictions in such a way to where other jurisdictions have to come out and try to defend themselves and you know, all of that stuff. Now, we'll talk about other jurisdictions, but it'll be in a way to say, look, we know that we're going to build each other up type of thing. But hey, it's an open forum. And if you ever want to come on live one night, hit me up, messenger me, and I will have you on. So next week, I look forward to having Brother Christopher Jackson with us again. He'll be back on. I look forward to having, I call him Brother Aha, but that's not his real name. I got to look his name. I think it's Terrence Howard is his name. He's from Malachi, York jurisdiction out of Florida. I'm looking to have him back on. Brother Christopher Jackson. I don't know what day he'll be on. I'm looking forward to having my brother Eric Sutton coming back on the show. So we got some lineups coming. I'm looking to have my own Grandmaster come back on. He's been on before. I'm looking to have him come back on and drop some knowledge. So if you're interested in being on the show, certainly you're welcome. We would love to have you. Let's have that conversation. Let's have that dialogue. I don't know everything, but I try to know something. And I'm going to get rid of this cough here real soon. Anyway, until I see you again, always keep your light on and stay out them bushes. I'm out. Peace and be well to everyone. God bless. Wait a minute. Grand Lodges that don't have a big network as a state-recognized Grand Lodge by the UGLE, there's a lot more traveling opportunity and ability to respect more. Okay, so you brought me back. I thought I was going to leave, Sir Knight. Okay, let me touch on that a little bit. So, I'm going to use my own jurisdiction because I know this jurisdiction. We're not as big as California Grand Lodge. We're nowhere that size. It's 50,000 members or more. However, it doesn't take away the fact that we are free to travel. And when I say we are free to travel, anytime a brother is asked to go and visit a lodge individually, we don't restrain him from going. We don't. Even if we don't have amenity with them. You know why? Because the ancient customs of Freemasonry clearly says that every brother Mason has a right to visit any lodge. That's the ancient customs of Freemasonry. Now, what has happened is that your Grand Lodge bylaws says that, or the Constitution says that if your Grand Lodge is not in a recognition with this Grand Lodge, then those members can't visit. So therefore, those who would like to visit can't because you're not in recognition status with that Grand Lodge. But that's okay. That is what sets some of us apart. This jurisdiction clearly says that if an individual is invited to go visit somewhere, they can. Now, there are Grand Lodges for which we have, foreign and domestic, have amenity with. And so we do what we do. That's from this jurisdiction. I can't speak for all Black, Ancient, Free, and Accepted Mason, but I can speak for this jurisdiction. So, when I say foreign countries, the UGLA is not the only Grand Lodge that's foreign. It's not, So they may be one of the biggest, and look at what the UGLE is doing right now. Look at what they're doing with who they're recognizing right now. Pretty soon, Sir Knight, pretty soon, I guarantee you that the UGLE will be recognizing female Freemasonry. Recognition, visitation. I guarantee you that's going to happen in the near future. I'm almost to say within the next 5 years. Because they've already said that the practice of the female Freemason is regular. They're only irregular because they're females. Now, the UGLE said that. Now, you may know a little bit more about it than I do, but from what I've read from the statement that they put out, that's what they said. I so agree, and some lodges don't put it out there in such a way. Peace. Sir Knight, in 5 more years, I can almost bet you that the UGLE will have female Masons be recognizing. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming sooner than a lot of us think. They've already said that if a gentleman becomes a transgender, okay, that person still maintains their membership in that Grand Lodge, breast and all. Now what? Oh, but he was a man first, right? Come on now. Come on now. There are some standards. Look, Freemasonry has some standards. I don't care what jurisdiction you're in. Freemasonry, as far as men are concerned, has some standards. The thing is that females are not equal to men. And we're not equal to females. So I don't know why everybody's trying to say that we're equal. We're not. We think different. Our strength is different. We walk different. The way we carry ourselves is different. Male and female are different. We're not equal. I cannot have a baby and carry one and breast. I can't do it. We're not equal. No, we're not. So I don't know why everybody want to. No, my wife is not equal to me. My wife is my helpmate, and I help my wife. No, we're not equal. Somebody breaks into the house, I need to get my ass up and go find out who's breaking into my home. I don't wake my wife up. Now, some of y'all may want to wake your wives up, but I don't wake my wife up and go say, baby, who is that? We're not equal. So stop trying to put us all on this equal level. No, we're not. But I guarantee you this, UGLE will probably have recognized Freemasons in the next 5 6 years. I bet you that. Publicly, it won't happen. So what you're saying is, Sir Knight, it will happen, just not publicly, right? Okay. All right. I'm just saying, bro. It's a funny thing. Check this out. So it's funny you say that, because I sit back and I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you would rather accept a female Freemason instead of man being a Freemason of a smaller jurisdiction? Go figure that out. But they'll do it. I can't wait till they're raising. Oh, bruh. Let me tell you this here. He said, I can't wait till they're raising. Oh man, y'all killing me tonight. Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I can't wait to see the initiation. But their initiation is not like ours. No, it is not like ours. I can actually honestly say that, because I've actually spoken to the Grand Master females for the state of California in her deputy. I've spoken to both of them. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get them on the show. And I'm hoping to get them on this show. They said they would come on. I got to go back and find a number. I got a number. I just got to go back and invite her on. And they get deep. They get down to get down now. It's called co-ed masonry. No, I'm not talking co-ed masonry. Not in that fashion. I'm talking about an all-female Grand Lodge. All-male Grand Lodge. Having mutual recognition with each other. Equal level. That's what I'm talking about, brother Sir Knight. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, that's gonna pop off. That's gonna actually happen. Call it what you want, but it's gonna happen. And what's gonna happen after that, I'm wondering what the Grand Lodges of the state gonna do. I'm wondering then what Prince Hall Grand Lodges are gonna do. I know everybody talking about your sovereignty and how sovereign you are. But yeah, when UGLE makes make that transition, when they go ahead and say, look, we're going to recognize this all-female Grand Lodge from such and such and such and such, I wonder what's going to happen then. Yeah, now that's going to be the kicker right there. That's going to be the mother sucker. Yes, indeed. That's going to be the one. They want to be Freemason. They need the full experience. Yeah, bro. Hey, we can all make jokes, which is all cool, and I like them. I'm not lying. I like them. But you know as well as I know, the process for which they go through, and I can actually say this, is a little different than what we do. Yeah, because some of us get down with the get down. Now, I've been to a Masonic raising in a mainstream Grand Lodge. I have. And I fell asleep. I did. I fell asleep. And the brothers that was with me told me, wake up, man, that's disrespectful. I couldn't help it. And I'm going to tell you why I couldn't help it. Because it was beautifully done. I can't deny that the fact that it was beautifully done. It was right on track. They didn't miss one beat. They didn't know books, no nothing. Brothers, let me tell you, it was beautiful. But it was boring. It had no substance. It's like going to a play. Sir Knight, Grand Lodge, Illinois. You probably talk to me. Tell me if I'm wrong. Say Hawkins, bro, that's not correct. I'm just speaking on the ones that I've actually done. Oh, what Sister Jones say? Sister Jones, go get some sleep, girl. Look, I'm gonna be back Tuesday. Well, no, today is Saturday. I'll be back Monday. 5 o'clock West Coast time, which is 7 o'clock East Coast time. I think that'll be real cool. So, Sister Jones, go get some sleep. Somebody told me to hang on 30 minutes, and I'm damn near the 2 hours. This is just too much. This is too much. But I guess the conversation is flowing like it's flowing. Oh, no enthusiasm. No enthusiasm. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you, Brother Phil Jackson, there's none. You ever went to see a movie you thought was going to be exciting? You got in there, you watched the movie, and you kept waiting for something to happen, and it never happened. It's that type of, yeah. I can actually say that because I was there. I was there, bro. I was there. I was like, whoo, whoo, you know. But what I can say is that the work was excellent. They did not miss a beat. And when I say not miss a beat, straight from the ritual itself, no books. It was no books. They did the whole thing. Their team did an excellent job. However, no life. If you who have come through, and I would say Prince Hall too, you come through, oh, there's going to be some life. There may be even some death. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. You going to remember that night. Oh, bro, let me tell you, you going to remember that night. Period. Now, if I'm lying, somebody can say, you lying. You ain't going to remember that night. Okay, I've traveled to over 80 lodges in 7 states jurisdiction. I've seen so much. So, brother, is not correct. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. That's from the Grand Lodge of Illinois, right? So what you're saying, and I wanna understand this because when people write stuff out, so you're saying you traveled to over 80 lodges, and in the process, all of them was kind of a little different. Okay. Were they exciting though? Were they like, where you had the woo? Was it like that? Sir Knight, was it now out of those 80 lodges? Now, when you say the Grand Lodge of Illinois, I am taking for granted that you're speaking of the white Grand Lodge of Illinois, lack of a better word for it, a mainstream Grand Lodge of Illinois. And you're saying in your travel to 80 lodges that all of them was a little different. When I talk about excitement, brother Sir Knight, did they make you twitch up? Did any of them make you like, whoo, do that? Huh? And now I know all of the ones I've seen except for mainstream, the one I've done, that was 2 that they didn't make me do that. No soul, just like the churches. Ooh, ooh, oh, brother said no soul, just like the church. Oh my goodness, bro, that hurt. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh wee. I don't think Sir Knight has been to one of ours. No, Brother Lewis, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Because see, Brother Lewis, I'm quite sure you're familiar with when I say, this, Look, I'm going to say this. And this is what I love about us. If you're going to get raised, you ain't going to ever, never forget it. I don't care if you consider the group clandestine. If they do it right, you ain't going to forget it. Nope. You ain't going to forget that. No, you ain't going to forget that. Oh, you have. So you seen them with it. You seen that? Did they do this? Brother Sir Knight, did they do that, brother? If they do that, then that wasn't a Prince Hall. That was somebody perpetrating. The brothers know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. He saw life then. Oh, okay. Well, Uh, hey, brother, Sir Knight, do now in your jurisdiction, do the brothers twitch? During the process, do they twitch at all? I'm just asking. Or do they just walk through the whole thing? They walk through. They walk through, or do they get? Are they afraid for their life? I love it. I love it. This is probably one of the best ones in a long time. Oh, I would never forget. Oh, so Sir Knight, you saying you'll never forget. Did you twitch? Very physical. Wait a minute. The Grand Lodge of Illinois, mainstream Grand Lodge of Illinois. Am I understanding that, brother? Oh, brother Phil Jackson, you got me rolling. Oh, you was afraid for your life. Okay. All right, okay. All right, you say he was, okay. All right then, Sir Knight. Okay. All right. I give you that. You're right. You should have been afraid for your life. Yeah, you should have, baby. Well, you know what I'm talking about. So my question to you, brother Sir Knight, now that I know you're a Prince Hall brother, welcome aboard. So those 80 lodges that you went to visit, were they all Prince Hall or were some of mainstream? Because I'm looking at the difference now. Was mainstream experience initiation? Did you see it? Was it equal to a Prince Hall experience as far as being raised? Brother Sir Knight? If I died that night, I would be happy. I feel you. I feel you. Wait a minute, Sir Knight. Now wait a minute. I could have sworn you said Prince Hall. Did I miss something? Look, I'm gonna tell you. This is my belief, and I could be wrong because you said, you know what, Brother Hawkins, you're wrong. Look, I don't believe that, your visit to Prince Hall. Oh, okay, because I was finna say, I don't believe that the mainstream Grand Lodges put that type of fear in your heart to where you wish you would have died. But I can say that in some of the Prince Hall Grand Lodges jurisdiction, they probably put that fear in you. I would say that. And I know definitely I can vouch for my brothers who are ancient, free, and accepting Masons. From some of the stories I've told, I've seen, I had to tell a brother, hey, look, man, come on now. Come on, bruh. Pull back. Come on, you're doing too much. I had to actually tell that to some brothers. You're doing too much. Come on. May I get that experience. I want the best ones. Brother 1120 sound, I'm gonna make sure I respond to that email, okay? I'm gonna make sure I respond to your email, and you can messenger me also. The name is Tony Hawkins. It has this face on it. You can't. It's the only one out there, bro. So if you messenger me, I'll make sure that we get you connected. All right. Tennessee Prince Hall will put that fear in you too. Hey, it should be. Look, even as an Eastern Star, when you're walking around and doing, I would say you should, man, that sister should have, yeah, she should be terrified too. She should be, But I will say that, brothers, when you get raised, you should not ever forget that moment. Let me tell you, you should ever forget that moment because, let me tell you, working in the medical field, there was a brother from mainstream Grand Lodge, right? The brothers didn't know he was in the hospital. Once I found out who he was and what lodge he was in, I made the call. I said, hey, you know what? Do you know brother such and such? They looked, they said, yeah, he hadn't been a member in a while. I said, he's in the hospital. Which hospital? I told him. And the brother thanked me. Thank you for calling us and letting us know that he was in the hospital. Because he was an older gentleman. So no, he hadn't been to a lodge meeting in years. But see, as Masons, we should look out for our elderly. We should. And I'm telling you, man, there's nothing like it, when you're able to do that for a brother, regardless of his race. If you can do that for a brother and uplift him, man, that's great. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, should not matter either PHA, nor 4 letters, nor whatever. The raisins should be like a baptism, former life to a new life. That's Phil Jackson. Brother, you are absolutely correct. It should be. Prince Hall is more like family. I love them. I love that about him. Great. Hey, you should. You really should. And that's what this platform is really all about. You should. You should. Sound okay. Yep, you really, really should. But I'll tell you, this has been awesome. Now, so look, hey, it's early morning on your time, and I've been on this thing going on almost 2 hours. I've had a ball. I hope you have had a ball. And I'm going to call it a night. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll be back on come Monday. Brother Jackson should be back on with me come Monday. And we're going to kick this thing off again. Any subject that you may want to come up with, send it to me. I'll research it. I'll make sure it's on the docket. We can talk about it. We can do what we do, baby. So I've enjoyed the conversation with everybody tonight. Yeah, I'm going to hit that third flu up. Sister Jones, thank you for hanging on. Go to work. Enjoy your work day. God bless to everybody. And remember your brothers in your prayers and your sisters as you rest soundly tonight. And remember, hey, everybody don't have it like you have it. So always, let's remember to keep each other in our prayers. Peace and be well and stay out those bushes.